Merhaba, Habibi, and welcome back to a brand new episode of All Bronze No Brains, a Buffy the Vampire Slayer companion podcast, and we are on episode 51. Yay! Can you believe it? 51. Yeah, I can believe it because the last episode we were on 50, so that's how maths works.
That's how time works.
We're your hosts, Tony and David, and today we're joined by the lovable and luminous Lebanese lover, internet sensation, and Canadian diva, slaying the house down boots. Yes, mama, work God. Oh, Leah from Investigated Angel. Thank you for joining us, Leah.
Woo! I need you to insert like a Nancy Ajdam song right here.
I am so lost right now. I love it.
I'm just being fluent Arabic, you know.
I'm Lebanese, and we're speaking,
That means that she likes women.
Yeah, I'm Lebanese. Lesbian!
Leah, are you excited to join us for the Irish Mayhem for an episode?
I am so excited.
I want to tell that to your face.
This is such a great episode, and you guys are so funny. So I'm excited to see what tomfoolery we're going to get up to.
Unfortunately, Tom couldn't be with us this week, but
Yeah.
hopefully next week we'll
Oh.
get some tomfoolery.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So we're doing Dave Foolery this episode.
Oh, right. Okay.
Tony would love to be full of Dave. Anyway.
Anyway, if you're a member of our Patreon, then you may have just watched or listened to our midweek episode in which Leia and I went to town talking about our favourite Buffy and Angel episodes, holding nothing back. David, this was pre-amends, and Leia was like, David's going to love amends. He's going to think it's so good. So if you haven't heard that, make sure to head over there. But fear not, it's also going to be hitting our main Spotify as a bonus episode in the coming week or so.
Today we are talking about Season 3, Episode 17,
Enemies.
Enemies. I nearly said Enemies. Enemies, written by Douglas Petrie, who just did Bad Girls, which was great.
Yeah.
Which was
Mhm,
great.
it was
Actually,
great.
fucking
It
so
was
good.
great.
And directed by David Grossman. Like, David Grossman? It's like whenever I do something disgusting, Tony's like, David Gross.
When you take off your clothes, that's what everyone says.
No, I'm wearing my vest in celebration of
Yes!
this episode tonight. So if
I forgot I asked you to do that.
I remembered. I went and got changed and everything.
You're completely pussy whipped.
This is the first episode that David Grossman directs, but he goes on to direct a number of great episodes later on within the series of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I'm just speaking on now, waiting on Tony to get fucking back with whatever the hell he's doing. Anyway, Leo, we can just chat what's happening, mate.
Sorry, half of my sequins have all fallen off.
Oh my God, yes.
Oh,
the
yes, I
hat.
forgot
Oh,
about the hat.
I love it. You're missing some sequins, I feel like.
Yeah, they weren't really glued on. They were like stuck on with like nail, like temporary nail stickers.
Yes. Still looks amazing.
I love it. I
Wow.
noticed it too when she had the little Brit
Look, there's one up there.
flag.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that represents the State of the Union,
yeah, Jackie.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, did you say your whole part?
I did say my whole. And how apt that today
And
we
how
are.
apt that today we're diving into the complicated Buffy, Faith, and Angel three-way of it all when we've got Leigh here to
Woo.
try and break us up. You ain't getting my man, bitch.
Bitch. So before we dive in, we'll hit you with the hard questions first.
So hard.
Just how fucking sexy is Angel pretending to be Angelus?
So sexy.
So sexy. But also, no, seriously, how sexy is Buffy when she wiggles her fingers and says, psych.
This is just a sexy episode.
Oh, it is so
Yeah.
damn sexy. And just how desperate is Cordelia trying to buck Wesley, who
Yeah.
throughout this whole episode I have given a different name each time because I kept forgetting his crap name. So he gets referred to by a W name throughout this whole episode. Anyway, with that, let us roll the credits, Tony Webster.
Yes, we shall. Here they are, rolling
Oh.
on.
They have been rolled.
Well, shall we get into the into the
Yes.
episode? Sure.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So cold open. Okay. So we've got the previously on. The previously on basically reminds us that Faith is unstable. She's now secretly working with the mayor, who's outed himself as the baddie of the season. So we open on Sunnydale Main Street outside the cinema where Buffy and Angel are doing a wee 2 for Tuesdays. And they've been seeing a wee like artistic film called Le Banquet d'Emilia, which turns
Porn?
out to be some big mad porno. Or so they allude to when they're talking about the scene with the food. And Buffy seems shocked, to be
Yeah.
honest, which is weird considering a few weeks ago she was totally pegging Angel with a baguette, but to each their own, you know.
With the charcuterie? Yeah, I mean, she was pummeling
Yeah.
him with a baguette. Who knows what
Right?
happened when it cut to black?
Yeah.
That's so funny. I just love the fact that they like went to the movies and it ended up being that, and they're both just like so uncomfortable because they want
Yeah.
to play with food.
She's wet and he's bricked up.
Literally. She's like, how about we go get a cold shower?
Yeah. They've been watching Heated Rivalry in the cinema.
Oh my God. Imagine.
Buffy apologizes pretty much for getting Angel bricked up without really being able to do anything about it, considering he'd lose his soul, and she says she doesn't even have a kimono.
I've never heard the term bricked up before.
Well, have you not?
Huh.
Oh.
Well, you
Is
have
this a-
now.
Is this a new... What is it referring to?
He has a boner.
I think it comes from the fact that some of the Viagra pills look like little bricks.
Oh.
I used to take a red one when I was at my sex parties. That looked like a little red brick.
Was it like the Matrix? The blue pill and the red pill?
Yeah. Yeah, them both make you rock hard.
Anyway.
Angel tells her that he doesn't need to do all of that stuff. He can control himself, and he gives her a wee gay Christian kiss. And Faith appears behind them to take Buffy to patrol, and we learn that she's now back on active slaying duty.
Can I pip in? Can I pip in here for
Yeah.
a second? Can I pipe
Yeah.
something in? Worst,
Yeah.
they have this chemistry that is just undeniable. Sarah and David, wonderful, wonderful chemistry. But my
Sarah and
God,
David?
their kissing is atrocious. It's
Yeah.
How
always
dare
been
you?
terrible. It's like P2 kissing a fucking... Later on, we see a great kiss, and it's between fucking Angel and Faith, and I'm like, that is a dirty bastard. So he
No.
knows how to turn it on, even when he's
No.
not evil.
I'm
Leia,
sorry.
please.
Sarah's just not a good kisser. She doesn't use tongue.
This is
It's
not
realistic.
propaganda that I am subscribing to. Listen here, Mr.
Oh, awful. Like, it's like
Yeah.
Disney Channel kissing. It's like
No.
watching Boy
Well,
Meets
I
World
mean,
kissing
To be
Topanga.
fair, in this particular episode, it's like restrained. Like it makes sense for the characters.
In every episode, it's restrained. You know the only one it wasn't? The sex scene in Amends.
I can't believe you guys are saying this right now.
Awful.
No.
Awful.
I say this as a pro kisser.
Kick her off this fucking podcast. This girl doesn't know what she's talking about. God forbid any fella or girl, I'd only assume, that you have to kiss if you think that's good kissing.
I think that is good kissing. And also, I'm obsessed with their little spit trail, and I only have eyes for you.
Yes. Well, that's a Sarah thing because she left the same spit trail with Selma in
Yes.
Cruel Intentions.
And I love it.
I love
And
the
I love the
first.
smacking, and I love that it looks wet, and I love every part of it. And don't look at me like that.
It's this. I can't
Yeah.
believe I disagree so wholeheartedly with you, and I feel sorry for any person that you've
I
had to
could
kiss in the
literally
past who
draw
think that's
two
good.
smiley faces, and this would
That
be
would be
fucking
hotter. That's hotter.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. No.
I'm bricked up looking at that compared to those two Christians.
So, like, none of their kisses, like their first kiss or like the
Bad.
kiss in surprise. Why?
When he kisses her full on and she's not ready for it, yes. When there's full lip contact,
Yes.
but when they're making out, no.
Bad.
Wow. I can't believe we're off to this type of start.
I can't believe how wrong your takes are.
I can't believe how wrong your takes are. Do you have eyes?
Do you have the ability to kiss? No.
Yes.
Not by the sound of it. That's how you kiss your cousin. That's how you kiss your cousin. That's a Lebanese kiss. Maybe that's a Lebanese kiss.
That's how I kissed my Angelina Jolie poster on the door when I was growing up.
There's no way.
This one time I watched Tony making out with a girl. It was awful. Honestly, one
I
of the
like
worst
I
things
like
I've ever
to
seen in my
envelop
life.
them whole like a python.
Yeah.
Just open your whole mouth and just eat their face.
Yeah.
And
That's
the
so
tongue just
funny.
goes round and
In,
round and
in
round.
and out.
I can't.
Listen,
Listen.
They don't call me Tony the Throat Webster for nothing.
Listen.
That's not the girls that call you that, Tony. That's the boys.
No, it's not. That's true.
Because you're gay.
That technique is one over many a cousin of yours. So Buffy and Faith.
Yes, very good.
That's
Go for it.
amazing.
So Buffy and Faith are patrolling, and Faith's like, I don't know how you don't ride Angel, basically, because he's so hot. And Buffy punches this demon that appears behind Faith. And I love this wee demon. He's just like a lovely wee,
He's
like
just a
Schmick
little
or something. He's just
sleazy
he's a
demon.
wee scamp, you know. He's just like a wee, he's like a wee wheeler dealer. He's basically got some books that the mayor wants. He's got the entire Harry Potter series. I'm joking. It's the books of Ascension he's got, but he offers to sell them to the Slayers for $5,000 so he can buy a plane ticket out of the Hellmouth, out of the Hellmouth. Sorry, I was being Canadian for a second. Out of the Hellmouth before it's adios Slayer Loco. Buffy doesn't really know what he's talking about, but we see that Faith has an inkling because she started off to the side doing her best Sunset Beach. Buffy's intrigued and she wants to know more because it would be good to have info on the mayor's plan, and Faith is just like, oh yeah, wouldn't that just be great?
Real like eyebrow acting.
Honestly,
Yep.
I love just one like comment on all this. I think they all just do such a good job of like acting like they're pretending to act.
Yes.
Like it's
Yes.
just so good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Agreed.
And we just came off the last episode where Alison Hannigan was doing that for 4 different people, essentially.
Yeah.
which
That was a really good take you had on that, Tony. I remember that from the last episode.
Oh, thank you
That's
so
such
much.
a good
That was-
episode. That was Doppelgang
Yeah.
then, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it was a
that's
good
such a
episode
good
of our
episode.
podcast as well, actually. It was...
Why
It
did
was
we
very
not
good.
say Double Gangbang Land? I'm disappointed in us for not mentioning that on the
Oh,
episode.
so am I. Doppelgangbanger.
So Tony only goes to sex parties where they all look like him. Anyway.
No, I'm disgusted by people that look like me. That's why people are so confused when I'm like, I only go out with these really hot, like sexy, like muscle studs. I am the problem with the gay community. Thoughts on the start up to this point?
I really liked that the demon. I like that they're all just not. I like that we're getting this little glimpse of what reminds me of Angel is that there's demons aren't always necessarily evil.
Yeah. He's giving Merle.
Yes.
The only person I remember from Angel is the demon that has like the
Lorne.
green.
Lorne.
The
Yeah.
one that
Yeah,
sings and it always reminded me of Tony. If Tony had like a bar and he could just sing whenever he wants because he used to sing back then. But I really like that we're getting a little bit more scope into it, not just black and white, evil and good
Yeah.
and stuff. And it was quite interesting because the Slayer in this scene is the baddie, essentially, that we know of, and we're getting the demon that's not quite bad and is trying to help almost.
Yeah.
I quite like this. Interesting dynamic. It was good first open. I like the cold open too. I like the Sunset Beach, like look off into the distance.
Yeah.
What about you, Leah?
I love it. I mean, just the whole beginning of this episode. I mean, the Buffy and Angel scene's like one of my favorite scenes. I think it's adorable, just how awkward and cute it is. And like I said, I just love watching these actors. Like Eliza Dushku is so good at like pretending to act badly. Like you can tell
Yes.
something's wrong with her. Like you can tell like she's up to something, but she's doing it so intently, like the actress, and I just love it. And I agree. Like I thought of Merle immediately when that demon came up because
David doesn't know Merle, but I know who you're talking about. Merle is like this kind of like wheeler dealer kind of
like
snitch.
Angel goes
kind
and
of-
beats him up for information, and he's just like,
Oh,
"No,
right.
Angel!" Like he's just a meek little like demon who doesn't do anything except like he steals from people and like
Yeah. He's like a smick outside Lavery's that you give like a tenner to go and beat someone up or something.
Is he the demon version of Willie the Snitch?
Willie the Snitch. Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look
Yep.
at me knowing something that never happens. It
Look
never
at
happens. It's
you.
only because Xander threatens. Xander talks about him later on, doesn't he?
I do love this whole opening part too, because I love that the dialogue that they use, they kind of frame this very big issue, I think, of what is Buffy and Angel's relationship, and the fact that these are two people that have an intense sexual attraction towards one another, but they totally play it out through this this kind of comedic moment. I just thought was actually really quite a smart way
Mhm.
of like putting it out to
Yeah.
your audience without trying to hit them over the head with it. I just
Yeah,
thought it was
because one's a
good
teenager and
writing.
one's like over 200 years old. So,
Hmm.
yeah, of course, his sex drive is through the roof.
Through the roof.
Why is Buffy dressed like the love child of Professor Umbridge and the Hamburglar?
She is. Her outfits in season 3 are very like
Yeah,
trad wife. Very
they're
like
very
put
Yes.
together.
Tony's pointed
Yeah.
this
You
out
know?
before that it always feels like they're trying to always create this juxtaposition between her and Faith.
her and Faith.
So he made her dress
Yeah.
really like powdery colored, kind of like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
pastels.
powder
Yeah.
blues, powder pinks, and it's like, ugh.
Yeah, she's wearing her best Christian clothes.
Her like knee-length skirts. Like I love her outfits in season 2 because she's always in mini skirts and like high boots and like she's
Yeah.
going patrolling in a halter top and heels and stuff like that. And then this season she's very much subdued. And yeah, I totally agree. It's because Faith, like they're trying to show that Faith is like, you know,
Yeah.
the slut out of the two of them. Buffy's the
Yeah.
Slut.
the maiden. Slut.
Angel is looking sexy as fuck.
Oh, he's so
Angel-
sexy.
He is just looking so sexy. He's ready for his own show. You can just tell.
Yeah.
One thing I thought was interesting is when Faith shows up, she mentions that they want us down on Mercer. So I'm like, oh, is there like there must be a strategy to the patrols, I guess, that Giles and Wesley like actively work out, which I'd never thought about before. I just thought that was a little interesting thing.
I feel like that's a Wesley thing. I feel like
Yeah.
Giles is not that organized, but
Yeah.
Wesley is definitely like you must be
Oh,
here
yeah.
now at this place.
He has like a map where he's like, we haven't done this bit, let's go there and do that. Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Actually, never thought
And
of
it's
that.
so funny, obviously, like Leia from Investigating Angel, you obviously know Wesley's entire journey, and it is insane to think of this Wesley compared to
I
how
know.
sexy he gets. Like
I
Wesley
know.
becomes like sexier than Giles.
What I always say about Wesley, like after rewatching the show recently, he doesn't have a character, like he doesn't have character development. He has like character deconstruction. Like they take this Wesley and they strip him down of everything that like he is
Yeah.
here, and he just turns into this like rugged like piece of
Sexy.
shit, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, does he
Yeah.
turn
He
into a bit of an asshole?
Oh,
he keeps
yeah.
he keeps a woman in a cupboard and gives
With
her
a
a bucket to
bucket.
pee.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you turned on, Tony? Are you bricked up right now?
I am bricked up, like, because he's so sexy. We find out the demon has a name according to the script. They never mention it in the episode, but his name is Skylar, which I just thought was such a Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, like
Yeah.
Skylar.
No, it's Hamilton. The Schuyler sisters.
Oh, I don't know.
Angelica. Have you never seen Hamilton?
No,
What the fuck?
this was actually I spoke about this on Becoming Buffy's podcast episode where it was like things that you love to hate, and I was like, I love to hate Hamilton even though I've never seen it, because anyone who ever tries to tell you to watch Hamilton, it's all just like, no, you really need to watch it because then I'm gonna watch it, gonna see, I'm gonna. But they can't help but go into the rap.
No, I
just
can
think of,
definitely
like-
help myself going into the rap, but there's
I just
whenever
think
you
of Ali Bradley trying to convince me to watch like
it
Hamilton.
is
and she's
the
just,
best. It is the best. It's just such a good musical.
I hate musicals. I'm so sorry.
How can you hate musicals?
I just can't. I get bored. I don't know why. I just can't. I can't do it.
Do you not have a soul? You
No.
vampire? The
No,
vampire lady?
I'm
The
Angelus.
Lebanese vampire?
Yes. I'm Leia Jealous, the lesbian Lebanese vampire.
well,
Well.
so we open after the credits in the mayor's office. Faith is telling the mayor all about the demon in the books, and the mayor's like, you know, you should pull your hair back. You've got like such a lovely face. Like I don't know why you hide it. And Faith's
He's
like,
so creepy.
okay, weirdo. But she's worried that the demon is going to tell Buffy and her super friends about the Ascension, and the mayor interrupts her again to tell her that she worries too much for someone her age and gives her a glass of milk, telling her to
Milk?
load up on calcium and to go
Just
kill the
cow's
demon and
milk?
bring him the books.
That's crazy.
He tells her to drink up, and there's nothing uncool about healthy teeth and bones. And I do love seeing their kind of father-daughter dynamic, but I think more so because it's in its infancy right now, we can see how uncomfortable that affection makes Faith. all I could think of when he tells her to pull her hair back was like, in Mean Girls when she's like, you should push your hair back.
Yeah.
You look sexy
Yeah,
with
yeah,
your hair
yeah.
pushed back.
Yeah. Aaron
Oh, right, I never
Samuels.
thought-
Oh my god, that's so true.
I noticed, the only thing I noticed in this scene, I was like, that milk will be so warm. It's just been sitting out. I'm like,
Oh.
who wants to drink warm cow's milk?
Oh,
Ugh. I love milk.
disgusting.
I love drinking milk if it comes out of a fridge. Fuck that shit. Unless it's that
Yeah.
weird GHT milk. Although American milk is gross.
American milk
Yeah.
is gross.
And we have the luxury of Irish milk and butter and cheese because I found this out. There's something in the soil that makes the grass do a certain thing that
It's
makes the milk
different
extra
everywhere.
creamy.
Poo.
It is the best in Ireland.
I'm lactose intolerant, so I can't have.
Oh, I am too,
milk
but
or
it's
dairy.
too delicious. It doesn't matter.
You'll just
I
take
just
the
put up
L.
with the farts and poops. Yeah, I'll just take it. I'll just
You
take
know what?
the L.
I like it.
I still like the mayor. I think this actor, the way he he's not diverted from this. It's just the same politician thing that he does. It's just, I love
Yeah.
him. I actually think he's class. He's like one of
Yeah.
him and
Yeah.
Principal Snyder are like my two favorites because they're just they
Yeah.
commit to their bits really well and so wholeheartedly. Like he has such an innocent look in his eyes all the time, even though he's an evil fucker. I mean, he says the evil thing. He never changes his tone. He never goes like, "And then we're gonna kill him." He's always like, "And then we'll probably just kill your friends." You're just like,
Let's kill your little friend.
yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Double
Yeah,
down.
I find the relationship between Faith and the mayor really interesting because like there's definitely real affection there. Like it's weird because he cares about her, but at the same time like he's using her to do his bidding and like we kind
Yeah.
of see more of this obviously like throughout the season. But I agree just the persona, like he's the type of villain that will like tell you the truth but to hurt you. Like he
Yeah.
knows like what's up. Like he will drop a truth bomb and you'll be like, "Oh, but he's evil." But really like he's kind of saying it from a place of like, "No, like I'm telling you the truth." And I love that.
Yeah.
Like no fear. Because he can't die.
Some of his core values are like honesty and integrity, because that's the thing that makes him quite scary. Is that, like you said, he's not he's not lying. He's telling the truth, and that's what makes him, I think, quite scary. And also, I think it's what
Mhm.
makes him quite beloved. He's probably like the most beloved of the Buffy baddies.
Yeah.
I don't even think, even though you do think of the mayor as being a villain, I still always think of him fondly.
Yeah, I
Fondle.
agree.
I fondle him.
Fondling you?
I
Fondle
fondle him.
Rich.
Jane Fondle. Sorry.
Your favorite cheese? Fondue? No, sorry.
Fondaloo. I was defeated, you won the war. Sorry, that's Waterloo. Sorry, this happens, Leia. It's because we
I
both
love
have
it.
undiagnosed ADHD.
I love
So-
it.
Cut to the library, and Giles is eating a banana balls deep.
I knew you were gonna. I've got it written here. Tony will comment on banana.
Giles is like, since he got sacked from the Watchers Council, he's been putting that mouth to work. Every episode, he has got something.
He's eating. I hadn't even realized that. So he's just like, you've noticed that he's just been eating. He's eating his feelings.
He's just
Is that what
eating,
he's
yeah.
doing?
I don't even think he's eating his feelings. I think he's just literally like going to town.
Where's Ethan Rain when you need him?
Who?
Ethan.
Ethan Rain, his boyfriend,
his
you know, his gay
lover.
boyfriend.
Yeah. Ethan and Giles
Who?
Ethan Rain, the gay one.
from Band Candy.
Oh yes, that's right. Sorry.
Mhm.
Okay, I've only ever seen it once.
From
Can't remember all the
Band Candy.
fucking
Come on.
characters. You nerds.
You don't remember Ethan Rain? He's unforgettable.
Ethan Rain's on my parade. No, I don't remember that little bitch. No, I
Yeah.
do because he's so camp.
He
He has
is.
that
Yeah, he
camp English
was.
accent. It's like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
they've definitely done the dirt. Anyway,
yeah, he's definitely sucked
Yes.
Giles's dick. Buffy's been telling them about the demon, and Giles is appalled that the demons have no standards anymore. Neither Wesley or Giles know what the Ascension is, and I love that Willow pipes in here, and she's like, "Well, I was reading like the Shot text, and it mentions like the Ascension in the section on genocide." Willow tells Giles that basically she goes through all of his stuff when he's not there to find out all these deep dark magic secrets. And I didn't really
Ooh.
realize how early they're kind of planting this seed for
For Willow.
Giles. Well, one for Willow, but also for Giles, knowing
Like being
that she needs to
weary
be
of
careful.
her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
her magic use. Giles reads a passage from the Journal of Desmond Kane, and he was the pastor of a town called Sharpsville, and it's from May 26th, 1723, and it says, "Tomorrow is the Ascension, God help us all," and that town was never heard from again. In walks
Mm.
Slagathor, mega desperate, asking Wesley to help her study for English because he's English, and she studies best in a good restaurant.
She looks
Desperate.
35, by the way.
Yes, she does.
18-year-old girl looks 35. I don't rewatching this show now. I'm just like, Charisma Carpenter does not look like a teenager. I think only in season 1 she kind of looks like she could pull off being a teenager. But even then,
We had to just stop referring to the fact that everyone
Yeah.
looks like they're in their mid-30s, except Sarah Michelle Gellar and Willow.
Alison
Fair name.
Hannigan, yeah.
Although
yeah.
David made a good point last week when he was saying like the subtle dig maybe that the writers got in whenever Wesley thought Cordelia was a teacher because
Yeah.
she looked old.
Also, just the outfits they put her in. Like, they dress her like she's like a middle-aged like lawyer or something.
She's wearing her mum's clothes.
Like she's like a professional.
Like
I
she's
don't
just
know.
off the set of Ally McBeal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wesley tells Buffy to go get Faith and to ask the demon to borrow the books for free. And when he asks where she is, we cut to the demon's apartment, which kind of looks like my apartment that time that we came home to it last year, David.
No, it was way nicer than that. Wesley, though, I'm like, he's contemplating actually dating a student, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I get it. I get that she's not 17.
I don't know
and
what
doesn't
age
look it.
Wesley's supposed to be though.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. He is a teacher. Or is he?
He's not even.
No, he's not.
Just
He's
hangs
just a
out
watcher.
there.
He's just hanging out in the
That's
library.
weirder.
He
That's
just hangs
weirder.
out there.
He's just hanging out in the school flirting with the schoolgirl.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. He's literally just there. He's just there hanging out with Giles, who is technically still the librarian.
Xander has a couple of great lines in this episode. This is one of them as well. Whenever Willow says, "Oh, I know something about the Ascension because I read it in that book," and Xander's like, "Oh, look, we have a winner, and more importantly, 2 losers."
I like that there's always a dig between Xander and Giles. Like there's a little bit of back and forth with them two for episode after episode now.
And then he has another great one whenever Cordelia comes in and talks to Wesley, and he says, "And on the day when the words flimsy excuse were redefined, we stood in awe and watched." So I was
Very
like, "Yes,
good.
Xander." I was like, "Slay Queen."
He
So
does have some
we
good
cut to the
lines.
demons. Excuse me, Leia, I'm
Sorry.
trying to speak.
I'm sorry.
We cut to the demons. We cut to Skylar's apartment. Skylar. We cut to Skylar's
Skylar.
apartment, and he's like
Oh my
packing like
God.
mad whenever Faith bursts in demanding the books, and he says the price is negotiable, but she pulls out a knife and just stabs him, saying she doesn't like to haggle. As she's taking the books, Skylar's not fully dead, and he grabs her ankle, and she ends up just absolutely fucking stabbing the fuck out of him, which sends her into some sort of like PTSD state. Now she's got his blood all over her hands. She's like, "Oh my God."
Very Lady Macbeth.
Yeah, out spot.
Sorry to cut you off. I'm just curious. What have your guys' thoughts been about like Faith's spiral from accidentally killing
I don't
the
know
mayor's
if-
assistant to here? Like, do you find it to be reasonable?
I think it was fueled by Buffy's reaction.
Okay. Okay.
See, Tony's a secret murderer. Like he would happily, easily murder someone, and he knows fine rightly that I would
Just-
be like, Tony, you can't do this. He's like, fuck up, David. Like when he used to steal stuff and all. I think I did find it a bit unbelievable how she just jumped very quickly until I had the thought.
Sometimes I find it to be like a bit of a quick spiral. Like I wish we
Same.
had been able to sit with it for a few episodes.
I would agree a little bit with that.
At the same time, I think the show has done a good job of establishing that Faith is kind of like, she's the type of slayer that's very into the power of it all. Like she
Yes.
sees slaying as like something that, like want, take, have. Like she can have whatever she wants. Like her powers are endless and she's better than everyone else because she has supernatural power. So I feel like her like killing someone, it kind of makes sense that she would spiral down into being a full-blown like murderer. and not just accidentally killing someone. Like now she's going out of her way to actually kill people.
This is the bit that I get a bit confused about in this episode, where she's like enjoying being evil. That's the bit that I get a bit like, oh, I get why she was. I don't. That's the bit I find a little bit far fetched. Is like her real enjoyment of being evil. All of a sudden, I'm a bit like, but I kind of just let it happen.
That's why I think that this next victim is this demon, Skylar, because there's a kind of a morality
Gray
or a
area.
moral gray area because he's a demon, and
True.
so they haven't had her
True.
fully outright kill a human. But I think, you know, what you're saying about like how quickly she like enjoys the evilness of it is very like, do you know when someone that you think is really cool starts acting a certain way and they accept you, so then you just start like being like that as well. I think Angel pretending to have turned exacerbates her evilness
Interesting.
That's
'cause
fair. I do think, I will say, like, I think Eliza Dushku does a really good job of like her one scene with Angel where she goes after she kills Skylar. I do think Eliza Dushku does a good job of showing Faith having like I kind of believe her when she's saying that she feels bad about it. Like I don't think she's being untruthful completely, like lying to Angel. I think she's obviously trying to like dupe him, like she's trying to bamboozle
Yeah.
him, but I think there is truth to what she's saying.
yeah,
But she doesn't want to admit it to herself almost. Like I love that acting choice from Eliza Dushku. I think she does a really good job of like almost making you believe Faith, and I do to a certain
I
degree
did.
Yeah.
think that Faith
well that's the thing because she knows the difference between right and wrong, and she knows it's wrong. So that's what it is. It's about still making that choice even though you know it's
Yeah.
wrong, and she knows she should feel bad, so she knows that she could say all that stuff.
But what I'm saying is I think there is a part of her like from how she's acting it. There is a small part of her that's almost like she is crying for help, but she's so also wrapped up in like the power of it all that
Yeah,
she still goes ahead and does the bad thing. But maybe I'm just
yeah,
thinking about like Faith's arc like later on. Like maybe that kind of colors my
I have no idea what happens. So when I was watching that scene where she's going with the bloody hands, which you're going to talk about in a second, Tony, to Angel, I think there is there is no reason for her after she kills a demon to look at the blood in her hands to have that little PTSD response. That's
Yeah.
not for anybody. That's a real response, and I
Mhm.
think she's using the way actors do. She's using a true feeling to also
Yeah.
manipulate. So I
Manipulate.
don't think there's a lie. I think that's why it's so believable. That's
Yeah.
why when she's doing the bad acting earlier on in the few scenes, this isn't bad acting because she's not acting. She's actually telling him the truth
Yeah.
while also trying to get her whole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I didn't think if he was just to simply have sex with someone that means he would become Angelus.
No.
It's not, but they mention that later. The mayor says, you know, he doesn't know the ins and outs fully of the curse. That's why I do think that Angel and Buffy could still have sex without him losing her soul, because it wouldn't be perfect happiness. Like, just get him to wear a condom. No guy's ever perfectly happy wearing a condom.
Oh my god, imagine. He's dead. He doesn't even like imagine just wearing a condom just to make your life like more uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But I agree. I feel like the fact that he knows about the curse now and that he can lose his soul if he's too happy, that will stop him from being too happy. Like he knows about it now.
Yeah.
Mm.
You just might like my takes of this next scene, but we'll see. We cut to Angel's mansion, and he is wearing red, and he's looking sexy as fuck. Faith shows up saying she needs help, but she's got nowhere to go. And Angel just looks fed up with her shite already, but he's eager to help because he's so lovely. She tells Angel that she killed a demon and that she's scared and that she's struggling. And at first, when I watched this, I was like, her acting is really bad in this scene. But obviously, then because we go into the next scene, I realize it's kind of purposely meant to be a little bit bad because we find out that she is basically performing to manipulate Angel into kissing her or shagging her or whatever, so he loses his soul. But he pushes her off and says, I'm just not really that into you, Faith, so leave me alone. And she leaves, saying she's going to cool down, and asks him if things were different, would they ever be together? And Angel's like, well, we'll never know. Bye. See ya.
Bye.
Slams the door shut in her face.
Bye.
Buffy happens to glimpse Faith kissing Angel on the cheek as she leaves, and that's when we cut to Faith in her apartment telling the mirror, "It's not like I wasn't trying," which was the reason for her shite acting.
I didn't find it that bad acting. I did later on as the scene went on, because you just came from her looking at the blood in her hands to then her being with Angel. I was like, there's something fishy going on here whenever she
Mhm.
tried to kiss him, because at the start of the scene I thought there was a bit of something there, but I didn't really notice bad acting. I don't disagree. You're probably right.
It's because the actors have good chemistry as well,
Yeah.
like
They
natural
actually do, yeah.
chemistry. Even though he is so obvious he doesn't like her like that, there's still like a natural.
There was a wee moment where I thought he was
No,
going
that's where
to.
I watched this as well to see if he was in any way into the kiss, and he doesn't move at all, and he's the one to pull.
I think the script says like there's a split sec, like they hold for a second and then he pulls away.
But then this is where my least favorite trope on a rope. This is my least favorite trope in any TV show, where it's misunderstanding. I hate it more than anything. You would just go in and ask him, like, what the fuck was that about? That felt weird. But no, she like comes in like a mirage and leaves again, like she's going back like Homer Simpson into the hedge. It's like, ooh,
Well, I
that
don't
does
know
my
if
head
people
in.
would always do that because I mean, I've definitely been in situations where I've seen something and I won't ask and I'll try to figure out a plan. It's almost similarly to the way, but I also love how this scene is then later used very smartly to show, and we'll get to it, how Willow's confidence is growing when she says, "Go and
Yeah.
talk to him, go and talk to him right now."
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
for
so
sure.
it's I love that we don't often see Buffy insecure in this way. So I like that Faith is that spoil to her, but I also
So you fundamentally disagree with me. Fair enough.
not fundamentally, just morally and ambiguously
I have something to say.
preach.
Whenever I watch this episode, I always like to try to think of like when did this plan come together? And I would like to think that Buffy saw this, went and talked to Willow, and then she actually went and talked to Angel. And
Yep.
that's when it was kind of like, okay,
Devised.
something's weird, let's make a plan. And that's when
Yep.
it happened.
But also because the weird shaman guy must go and tell Giles as well. So, and Giles obviously knew. So there's obviously something. We'll talk about it when we get to it. But I
right.
think there's
Yeah.
something between because even whenever she leaves, Giles like, be careful. And
Right.
that's like when you watch it, when you think back, it's like, oh, that's a double-edged sort
Yeah.
of like,
Yes, that's
ooh,
right.
that's a
Actually,
nod. When she leaves last, he's like tells her to be careful.
be careful. Yeah, I loved watching this again, that rewatch, like thinking about the plan. And even though I've watched this a million times, I'd never really thought about it that much before. But I remember the thing I was going to say, which was that Faith must really, at this point, and we don't realize it yet, must really hate Buffy to be continually
Yeah.
trying to like do this to her, like, and it all stems from Buffy having everything that she wants, and it's just obviously she says it out loud later, but when you just look at these actions, you're like, oh my God, she must really
Yeah.
fucking hate her, which is just such a contrast to the fact that Buffy keeps trying to like have her be involved, and even though she ignores her sometimes or whatever, and she looks raging, she's still just the best in the
Yeah.
whole world. Buffy's
I
just the
agree.
best.
I agree. And I see so many people say that Buffy didn't try hard enough with Faith in this season. And I don't agree with
Bullshit.
that whatsoever. Like, I think the dynamic between the two of them is interesting because they're both like slayers. So obviously there's going to like,
If Faith tried to frame her for murder and then Buffy still hung out with her like the next week.
but even before when Faith was first like coming in, like it makes sense that there would be friction between the two of them because they're like, they both are the chosen one, but they do things so differently. It was the same with Buffy and Kendra. Like the whole point is
Mhm.
that Buffy, like Kendra and Faith are like two different versions of Buffy that she is not, right? But I do think that Buffy tries her best to, I don't know, like help Faith as much
Like
as
she
she
invited her
can.
around for
Yeah.
Christmas and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is why when she sees her with Angel, I don't think it's that she thinks Angel is going to cheat on her or whatever. It's that this is like, it's Faith that's doing this.
Well, I don't know because she does say to Willow that she does mention like, oh, Angel, like, yeah, no, Faith wouldn't do that. And then Willow has to be like, Faith would totally do that. Faith's to
Yeah.
do that
Yeah.
girl. When I think about Faith's turn to the dark side, my memory of it feels like it was a lot slower, but I think because we were watching week to week, obviously.
Yeah.
But it is interesting now, being like, I was thinking, oh, she does go evil quite fast. And like, yeah, Faith ran so Daenerys could run. This was
Yeah.
it's literally like a one episode flip. Like, get a girlfriend. So, Faith's apartment. So
Mm.
she's telling the mayor that she couldn't get Angel to shag her, and the mayor's pretty much like, "You're perfect. You're beautiful. You look like Linda Evangelista. You're a model. Everything about you is perfect. Did you stone those tights? Oh, you're smiling." Basically, he tells David won't get that reference.
And they're like, Valentina, your smile is beautiful.
There's a girl who's getting like praise from the judges, and another one steps in. She's like, "You're perfect. You're beautiful. You look like a model." Basically, the mayor tells Faith not to worry, that she couldn't give him that one moment of happiness. And he's like, there's more than one way to skin a cat, which I know happens to be factually true. So they will have to just remove Angel's soul in the most painful possible way ever. And we cut to a break. I do think that Eliza Dushku is like in her element, acting opposite Harry Groner as the mayor. They just have a really brilliant and complicated chemistry. Like, she has a one-line delivery that just like really just sells me on her when he was like, "Okay, so you didn't get your one moment of perfect happiness?" And she was like, "Well, I was thinking more along the lines of a long weekend, but okay." And it was just the delivery of it I just thought was brilliant. I just think they're brilliant together.
Eliza Dushku is like 18 at this point, isn't she? She's quite
Yeah, I was
young.
gonna
just
say
turned
she's very young.
Which is amazing because she holds herself as told herself
I
like
think
she
she's
seems
younger,
older.
actually, because I think I remember reading somewhere that she had to get like emancipated from her parents in order to be able to work the long hours that were required on Buffy.
Did the shooting hours, because you were a minor, was there anything
Yeah, I
like
had to
that?
get emancipated.
Okay, that's
I had to get emancipated here in Boston. They did need me to work vampire hours, which
Yes.
was all through the night, and minors aren't supposed to work through the night. So we had to go down to the courthouse here in Boston, and they were like, they don't emancipate in Boston typically. And this is not even a made up story. Literally, they're like, it depends on the judge that you get, and otherwise you can't or can't do the show because they wouldn't hire me as a minor. So we went to the courthouse, and there was this woman judge. Oh my gosh, I know her name, but I'm drawing a blank right now. But we sort of went in and gave the case, and I remember the lawyer being like, Eliza Dushku, she wants to be on a Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And the judge was like, she was a tough Boston broad too. Like she seemed like South, like big, just big tough broad. So we give her the whole story, and the lawyers are like, okay. And she goes, can she approach the bench, please? So I come up, and she goes, I'm sorry, are you talking about the Buffy the Vampire Slayer? Like on the WB or yeah. And she's like, yeah, I call quarter early to watch that show. I love it. If you send me an autographed photo of some of the cast, I'll sign your friggin' order.
Yeah.
So we open up in the library with Giles and Giles 2.0, struggling to figure out what the crack is with the Ascension. And we find out that Winston hasn't told the Watchers Council that Giles and he are working together, which I thought was quite interesting. And then walks Huffy Buffy with a sad pout.
She's so cute when she pouts.
Cute? No.
I think she's adorable.
When someone is nearly 18 and still pouting, it is one of the biggest
I still
icks
pout,
in
and
the
I'm
world.
32.
You're only 32?
Yeah.
So, well, you really walked into that. You're like, yeah.
I can't even. You're only 32. You're on my shit list, dude.
Wilfred wants Buffy and Faith to find the demon in the books, and as he is saying how difficult it is, in walks Xander with the knowledge of where the demon is, beating it out of Willie the Snitch. And then he does a little funny back and forth thing when he's like, okay, I bribed him with $28, which is a funny number. I appreciate a funny number when it's being used. $28 is such a shit amount, even in America at that time. Faith comes in and Buffy is giving her the pure cold shoulder, which Xander points out, brr, is a cold in here. That's a little scene Tony would have missed.
So, first of all, when Giles sits down at the table, his trousers just do that thing that men's formal wear trousers do, which are just Chef's kiss. He's also become such a cheeky cunt since he got sacked, and I just love it because when Wesley
Yeah.
says, I haven't told the council we're working together, and Giles is like, well, I wasn't about to burst into glorious song about it myself.
Giles is actually so sassy. I mean, he is. We remember.
Yeah,
Yeah. Ripper.
that's it. Big Ripper.
Ripper.
Kelly Ripper.
Mm.
This scene give me a vocal stim because Buffy says the quote, the girl makes Godot look punctual. And obviously they're talking about Waiting for Godot, the play by the Irish playwright Samuel Beckett.
Oh, I thought they were talking about Gal Gadot.
But that's what gave me the vocal stim, because I was like, Kal-El, no!
Kal-El, no!
and enough champagne
Terrible
to fill the
actress.
Nile.
Do you know, I have this theory that Tony's... Have you ever seen... Do either of you watch South Park?
Yeah.
No.
I mean,
Here
I've seen
and
South
there.
Park before.
So there's an episode of South Park where a character comes in and they have Tourette's, and Cartman is like, what the fuck? You get to say whatever you want, but just by getting diagnosed with Tourette's. But because he keeps allowing his stems to come out of his mouth, he actually develops Tourette's, where he starts going like, I pee the
Cartman
bed and all
does?
that stuff. Yeah, Cartman does. By pretending to have Tourette's, he gives himself Tourette's. I'm convinced Tony's going to give himself Tourette's because he gives up and gives in to the vocals, like his little stems. Because sometimes Tony will just send me these voice notes of his stems, and I'm like, the fact that you're screaming this in your house and you haven't been arrested yet blows my mind. Because they're not always
Kal-El,
PG.
no!
Not that stuff. I'm talking about when you're like, you'll cut this out anyway, where you'll just send me something where it's in a complete and you'll just have picked the thing and you can't stop saying it. And like, how are you getting away with this? This is insane. It makes me laugh so much.
I just love that kind of trope, the idea of like, oh, finding this demon's going to be extremely difficult. Found him.
Yeah, I love that they do this so much in Buffy,
So
where it's
good.
like they set it up and it gets knocked down immediately. It's very funny.
And I this wasn't a reference, but I loved it. The fact that Sandra references that it just get cold in here, and Faith had just been in Bring It On, where I said, "Birch, it's
Oh,
cold
was
in
that
here."
around
I
the
said,
same
"There must
time?
be Yeah,
Oh my god. I've never even thought of that. That's amazing.
yeah.
Huh.
I bring a lot to the podcasting world.
So the next scene we have Faith and Buffy enter the demon's apartment. Buffy referring to Faith as scum was a nice touch. Does she? I don't know.
Oh
why
yeah, but not realizing that she's talking about Faith.
Oh yes, where she's like, some scum has been in here. When they turn the lights on, they realize that the demon's dead and the books are gone. Buffy seems suspicious of the scene, like something else has happened here, and it looks like someone had a party. Oh yeah, and then Buffy wants to investigate more, and Faith basically drags her out of the apartment.
I registered in myself that this is where Buffy gets suspicious, because Faith walks in like she knows where she's going. She turns the light on like she knows exactly where it is.
Oh.
And this, for me, was the moment that I think that this is where Buffy started to pick up on these
100%.
things.
I agree.
Very good, very good.
Yeah.
Never picked
I think
up on
this
that.
is
Very
probably
good.
like she goes back and then talks to Giles, and then it's like,
Yeah.
okay. And then she probably thinks like, oh, Faith is trying to get at Angel because of this. Like something's weird with her.
Buffy is very good at doing that. She's actually, even though she's not the brightest, she seems to be the best at taking all the information and being like, I know what's going on here, which I have always really liked.
And I think that's also why they had the demon turn on the light when Faith was in the apartment in the first place, to help reiterate.
Very
because,
good.
Because
Never
the
noticed
light
it.
doesn't change. That's the thing that's funny.
Yeah.
It's like the most pointless bulb on the planet. It's an energy efficient bulb.
So we cut to the mayor offering mints to this mad, scary-looking shaman-like demon. Properly frightening.
I love him.
Yeah.
He has an incredible voice, is what I remember on this scene. And they also do like a music change. There's like a little change in the music in the background. Tony's going to put in some like 40 minutes later when I start talking about music. But I just really appreciated that like they added that little change, and it made it seem quite scary. The mayor is, as always, jovial. Like he always says, he's not intimidated by anything at all. And we found out it takes some scary ass magic to rob Angel of his soul. Another quick short exposition-y scene. Cut to a lounge area. Okay.
It's in a school.
Yeah, I know it's in the school, but it's like a lounge area at the school where there's no... I'm like, do they just have like areas in like American schools where you can just sit about.
Yeah.
Because okay, we didn't have that.
Yeah.
You have
No.
to go to like the assembly hall, or there would be like the library. Maybe was the closest thing you get. But
It almost looks like a staff room.
so we cut to the lounge area where Willow is sensing that Huffy Buffy is Huffy Stuffy. Sorry. I actually tried. We cut to the lounge area at the school where Willow is sensing Huffy Buffy's Huffy Stuffy nature and probes her for
That was good.
info.
Probes her. Leah knows about that. She's
Oh.
Lebanese.
I'm a Lebanese. Yeah.
Such a good joke. Buffy tells her about Faith being what looked like intimate with Angel, and I love that Willow just fucking hates Faith. I just
Yeah.
love that she hates her. She just immediately has like a look
Yeah.
of like that bitch. Like
She's
Like
it's
that
just so...
whore.
Faith would totally do that. Faith was built to do that. She's the do that girl.
And Willow also says this great thing that I love. She understands what it's like to have the love of a taciturn man.
Yeah, that's
love
such
I
a
just
great line.
really love that, and it's so true
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
even in that, even in Doppelgangland, we see that Angel and Oz do interact, and they
I
interact
fucking
so
love
well.
that scene with
Isn't it
Oz
so
Yeah.
good?
and Angel when Angel just shows up on the stage and Oz is like, "Hey man, looking for Buffy?" And Angel's like, "Always."
You know. Yeah.
You know it.
But their chemistry is so good. And it's so
Yeah.
So
funny
he
'cause
doesn't
when
do
I-
it that camp. It's like, you know it.
You
You
know
know it, girl. You
It's like
seen me? Well, that's why I also love that, like, Oz is one of the only characters to cross over to Angel
Yeah.
as well, you know.
I
He-
always thought that they should have had him on Angel. Like he would have been set, especially the way they write him out of this show. It just
Yeah.
makes so much sense with his
Spoilers.
storyline. It's a little spoiler, yeah.
I'm only joking.
Have you seen this show before?
You know Willow turns Lebanese.
Willow cuts her off mid-sentence and just says, go talk to Angel, which I loved.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I just thought it was a very sweet scene between two friends. Doesn't pass the Bechdel test. Not many scenes do pass the Bechdel test in
No,
Buffy,
It's
unfortunately.
it's too hard in a show with an ensemble cast, I think, at this point where there's a male antagonist.
Fair.
But I do love that this scene represents how much Willow has even grown just from last week, where she's very like authoritative, even in her relationship with Buffy. I'm kind of pushing her to be
Yeah.
bold and courageous and honest. I don't like that she's in a repeat of the dungarees. Like she's like Lizzie McGuire, you're an outfit repeater.
I can't wait until she does maybe go a little bit darker and bolder.
Well, in like the next episode, she has the best outfit that Willow ever wears, so I'm excited for you to see it.
I do fancy Willow, to be fair. So that's like,
Yeah, she's very sexy.
and this is where I'll get a lot of hate for even referring to finding a
don't
woman
ever get
attractive.
hate.
And Tony's talking about
Why?
sucking
You make this
dicks
up.
and fucking.
You make this up yourself.
Oh, she's very pretty. It's like, cancel that cunt. How dare
No.
he refer to a woman in her looks?
No one's ever said that.
Oh my god. Who said that?
I don't
No
know. I don't
one
look at
did.
our comments.
David puts it on himself because he knows he's a dirty, lecherous, heterosexual pig.
He's not I was gonna say lesbian. No, I ruined the joke. He's not
Oh.
Lebanese.
No,
No.
no, I'm not Lebanese. Although I have been
he's
called Lebanese by a lot of my Lebanese friends. I love when Buffy and Willow's chemistry also is fucking
Yeah.
brilliant. It's just always so good. And especially when there was that little bit of jealousy with Faith early on and stuff, I just fucking
Yeah.
thought it was great. We cut back to Angel's place where Angel is in a butte.
He's in a
White vest is what he has on. I unfortunately look like the before image of whenever Instagram shows you before and after, and they're two very clearly different people.
12-week results on Reddit True Times.
And Faith shows up to apologize. So he's in a butte vest. Faith shows up to apologize, which also like if I wore just this vest right now, I would look like, and this you're not going to get this reference at all, Leia.
Rapsy Nesbitt.
Rapsy Nesbitt.
No, you don't. You look gorgeous.
Yeah.
Don't
And
you?
more so recently as well.
That's because I've been moisturizing my face. Because like I'm
Yeah.
older than 32, but I look younger, which is great.
You do.
So-
You're glowing. It's all that salmon sperm from that guy Sam.
Anyway, Angel keeps taking a step back from her.
He looks
she-
disgusted.
which I really liked. And she's trying to manipulate him to getting closer. And when she finally does, she just chucks a load of her moon
Her
cup.
moon cup.
No! That's disgusting.
And he's like, oh, what is that?
He's like, this is rotten.
Ugh.
He's like, what's the chunks? Anyway,
Okay, I have to go.
It's like peanut butter, like some chunky
no,
and not chunky.
it's not chunky. Please, dear God.
the old chunky monkey. Anyway, throws blood on him, and then the shaman comes out with a really cool effect, just appears from the shadows
Yep.
and starts to send this mad spell, which Tony's probably memorized. And Faith is just such a hateful wee cunt in this bit. She's just such a fucking hateful wee whore. And then some class magic happens around Angel. And then Angelus gets up and sticks the lips on Faith. And
Yeah.
that, my friend, is a
No.
fucking
It's a
kiss.
No,
What a kiss. That boy knows how to kiss when
Yeah.
he's a bad
I
boy.
I disagree. Sorry. I'm team Buffy and Angel kisses all day, every day.
I'm team Buffy and Angel, but their
Yeah.
kissing is so Sunday
I
school.
love their kissing. No, it's not.
Yes,
Come
it is.
on.
It's like watching two Christians kiss. It is despicable. And I guess someone might comment and say, well, that's because she's trying not to turn him on. I'm like,
Well, she's doing a good job of it.
Listen though,
yeah.
they have passionate kisses. I just don't see what you're seeing. Not seeing.
It's like, you know, when people say leave room for Jesus, I'm like, yeah, but that doesn't mean between your mouth.
Yeah.
They don't. What are you
And-
guys talking about? Sarah Michelle Gellar and David Boreanaz had like dating allegations. Okay, that they had. Good
That's why they made their
kisses,
kisses
guys.
so bad. To try
That's
and
how
throw
you
people
know.
off.
That's like the
No.
episode of Friends where, like, when there's no chemistry that way, it's because they are actually wasting it all.
I think you both should go to jail for having this opinion. Actually,
Well,
this should be a criminal offense.
I agree. Their kissing is so
blasphemous.
bad that it should be
No.
a
they
criminal
should
offense.
they
Their
should go to
kissing
jail.
is amazing, and
No, it
I
isn't.
will. I'm gonna send you 35 emails a day with gifs of Buffy and Angel just kissing madly.
Thank you so much. It will prevent me from getting in any way aroused at any random time.
Yeah.
It will help keep me
Yeah.
unbricked. And at this point,
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? Angel's back. And we cut to a break.
Angel in a vest, first of all, this scene
So hot.
literally had me going. Faith saying to Angel, I wanted to do this the old fashioned way, but hey, your loss, right? Not to go on a rant, but you know what I hate? See when people are 17 and they think they're class at sex? When people are just like, oh, well, your loss. I'm like, not really.
No.
But it's also not your type. You don't seem to go for younger boys. You prefer like older men.
That's why I hate them. But if an older man said to me, your loss, I'd be like, I will be right there.
Like, yes, it is my loss.
Yeah.
Yes.
But if someone is younger, I'm just like, you don't have the life experience to even be like,
Yeah.
fuck off. Anyway, the magic looks so good. It was brilliant.
I
I
thought it was great.
didn't memorize the spell, but it did just sound like me when I used to go to Bangor Elam on a Sunday, be like, Shandalababa, halabala, you know, offering the TV to the Lord.
To the Lord.
Why is Angel's first response after getting his soul turned to kiss Faith?
Because I think he's trying to this is the thing about Angel, and this is a comment that I want to make. This is like the first time where we kind of see his like amazing acting skills. Because in Angel the series, this man, he goes undercover a lot and he's so good at going undercover. Like so good at acting. And this is like the first time you see it. But yeah, I think he definitely was like, let me give Faith what she's clearly has been trying to get. To show her
Yeah.
that like, oh, like, yeah, I'm evil now. And he kisses her very ugly kiss. Disgusting.
Okay.
Okay.
Not nice to look at. Very aggressive.
I'm not saying it's not nice. I'm not saying it's nice to look at. I'm just saying it's more believable than
Nope.
the actual boyfriend and girlfriend when they're kissing.
I disagree.
That's okay.
We
You're
can.
allowed
It's
to be
okay. We
wrong.
can disagree. You can be wrong. It's fine. It's okay. You can be wrong. about
Someone
your
has to
opinion.
have a bad take, you know.
I just hope there's some exes of yours ex-Lebanese girls start mentioning
Yeah.
one like, yeah, she is a terrible kisser. She kisses
Yeah,
like,
if you've ever kissed Leia, comment below.
yeah, tell us how bad a kisser she
Me,
is.
me, Angel, and Buffy are great kissers.
That says
Good.
everything to everyone, and it just explains a
Yeah,
lot.
it actually really does, unfortunately.
Guys, I feel like I'm
Sorry.
being bullied right now. I don't like this.
Two white guys bullying an ethnic minority, of course. Is this not like, is this not what's supposed to happen?
Excuse me, I'm a minority as well.
What else is new? Like, I don't understand.
So, we pick up right where we left off, and Angelus is snogging the face out of
Mm,
the face out of Faith, the Faith out of face.
the face out of face.
Mm. And then he just digs her in the face and kicks her in the stomach, and then is kind of just taunting her. And I'm like, that's how we do it where we grew up. That's our first kisses. There's so many great lines from Angel here. Like David's performance when he's pretending to be Angelus is just like what you were saying. It is just like top notch. He must just love whenever he gets a chance to play that again. Like, well, the first thing he says is, "Oh, it's good to have the taste of a Slayer back in my mouth," and I'm just like, that is so good, and it just makes you wonder. Then Angel must be capable of these things too, because he's obviously the one thinking it. It shows how restrained he is to not
Yeah.
say
Yeah.
these things. Faith says, "Do you want to listen or do you want to die?" And I think Angel's like, "As long as you're there, I mostly want you to wriggle."
Yeah, there were some lines that
Yeah.
were,
Just so dirty and sexual. I loved it.
yeah.
And then Faith is like, basically, like, "I'll hook you up with the real power in this town." She starts snogging the fuck out of him again. Rank.
This is like when I was talking about it earlier, how like it's so good because he's acting. It's David Boreanaz acting like Angel, acting like Angelus.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know what it is. I think it's like his demeanor. There's just something about it that like you can tell it's not really Angelus, in my opinion. I don't know if that's because
Well,
you
know.
couldn't tell.
I was
Interesting.
blown away later on. I literally wrote like,
Yeah.
holy good shit, Angel hasn't turned. I talk
Did you
us
think
through
that the
that
first
scene.
time? The first time you watched it, Leia, did you not?
I think the first time that I watched it, there were certain points where I was like, what, like he's not like Angelus was in season 2. Like he's acting different.
He's kissing better.
No. there's just like certain things. Like I think when they start interacting with Buffy, like you can kind of
Mhm.
tell a little bit more when he's around Buffy. But I don't know. It's maybe like, I don't know. I just felt like Angelus from season 2 was just, there was just such a sinister vibe to him
Mhm.
that I feel like is lacking in this performance, which I think is being done on purpose because
It's a choice.
David Boreanaz acting as Angel,
acting as Angelus. That's
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
interesting. Definitely
Yeah.
didn't pick it up myself when I was watching it.
Yeah.
I genuinely just was like,
And I wonder if that's like a rewatch thing where you can kind
I
of
think
see the
it-
nuances once you kind of know,
mhm.
which is fun. I mean, it's nice that you can be surprised the first time, but then like, I wonder what
Yeah.
you'll pick up on the next time you watch it, if you do ever. I don't know.
I still feel surprised, like because I think he just is like he sells it very well. I was like, oh my god, Angel's back. But yeah, so we cut to the library, and in the library we've got Wesley telling the gang that they're at a disadvantage because they don't have the books and they don't know anything about the Ascension. And Buffy says that she's basically got no clue where the fuck Angel and Faith are. Giles tells Buffy to go search the mayor's office, but not to confront him, and he asks Willow how far she got with the mayor's files when she was hacking them earlier on. And Cordelia interrupts, "Excuse me, I believe Wesley is running this meeting."
Shut up, Cordelia.
It is so funny. She is quite. This is like the one funny thing that she gets to do for a while.
Yeah.
Oz, who's now back to being blonde.
Thank God. Thank God. The black was awful. Awful.
Well, someone commented on our YouTube to say this was when he was filming Austin Powers, and that's why he had his black hair.
No, that's
right.
totally
Yeah.
believable that he's the sort of person that would change his hair. Like you, Tony had a different hair color the other day, so it was
Yeah, he
like
did,
I could. I believe that he would be the sort of person who would just be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna dye blonde. Yeah, I'm gonna dye black. Yeah, I'm ginger again." I don't know. Sorry.
Yeah.
Continue, Tony.
Well, Oz, who's now blonde, suggests the Hall of Records to get info in the mirror, and Giles tells Wesley to bring everyone there to research, and desperate Slaggerthor Cordelia is like, "I'm in Wesley's group," even though they're is only one group. But I love as they're leaving here, Willow's all chuffed and she says to Oz, like, oh, they liked your plan. And it was just like this really cute, like little moment where she was like, oh yeah, they're listening to like what you say. It was very good. I love that basically you only pick up, I think, on the rewatch or when you're thinking about it, that this is Giles getting everyone out and about
Yeah.
to clear the scene for like what is happening in case there's any sort of.
Things go wrong.
And we are back in the mayor's office, and Faith is all over Angel. Oh, it just makes me actually so. She's just like so
Yuck.
pathetic. It's so sad and pathetic. But I remember being like that with all my boyfriends and husband. Angelus is dandering about the office, and picks up the letter opener and says he's thinking of stabbing the mayor in the heart with it. And the mayor's like, "Go for it, chick." And Angel just like flings it like fuck at him, and the mayor stops
Such
it with
a
his hand.
sick scene. I love this part. It's so good.
So good. And the mayor just like pulls it out and it like heals instantly. And Jealous looks shocked. And the mayor basically just offers the information for free that he can't be killed.
Yeah.
He tells Angel to torture Buffy, but not to kill her because they don't want a replacement Slayer anytime soon. And like, do they not know how the fucking Slayer line works?
Yeah, I was going to
Runs through
say.
Faith now.
Mhm.
It's
My
Faith.
God. This does my head in. I don't know if the writers do it purposely to make people raging.
I think they didn't
But-
really think about it that much, to be honest. I think a lot of the stuff that we pick up on, like there's shit that makes me so angry, and I'm just like, I have to remind myself that these writers definitely didn't think about it this hard.
Yeah.
But I'd be curious to know if you got to talk to, well, you wouldn't because he's a big creep, but if you were to talk to, was there a show Bible?
Yeah, it's like the rules of the world that the show exists.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get what you mean. I think because each episode is written essentially almost by a different writer each time, it must be
Yeah.
at some point hard to keep track of like the lore because they probably haven't watched every episode or read all the scripts. But you would think that there would be someone, executive story producer, for example, that would
But-
be.
Is there not
Well,
a
the
writer's
thing
room?
is, in the first 5 seasons, really, like just based off of what Sarah has told me because she knows everything, Joss Whedon was reviewing and rewriting a lot of the script. There was certain like writers where he wouldn't do that for, but Joss Whedon had his hands in like every single
Mhm.
script. I just think it's like, yeah, I mean, a control freak.
Well, then I wonder if maybe them not knowing it is meant to be him saying that they don't understand how it works, not necessarily.
Yeah, because why would
us.
they? Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
The mayor tells Angel to have Faith home by 11 and has this weird tearing up section where he's like, she's not a little girl anymore. We see Xander walking down the street talking to
This is
himself
so
about
good.
Wesley and Cordelia when he's like, Wesley, diddle-do, Cordelia. And then he bumps into Angel and Faith and Angel just knocks him out cold.
It's so good. He's been waiting to do
Thoughts?
that.
Loved
Yeah,
it.
I love that this is, even though Angel is Angel, there was probably a catharsis in him doing that.
Oh, that punch was from the heart.
Just again, at no point did I ever think that this wasn't Angelus.
I just wonder, like, I wonder if you watch it again, if you'll be like, hey, I kind of noticed some things are off.
He won't because I don't, and I watched that a load of times. She's just Angel in the brain because she has an Angel
I am.
podcast, obviously.
I'm
Oh, yeah, true.
obsessed. That's
yeah,
true.
she's obsessed with
I'm
Angel.
obsessed.
But YOLO, you know. So, any other thoughts on this before I move on to the next scene in Buffy's
No, it's
house?
beautiful. It's amazing. I think this could have made Angel lose his soul for real.
Yeah, he was so
because
happy
he-
about doing it.
So happy.
True moment of happiness.
Yeah. So, Angelus and Faith show up to Buffy's house and Joyce answers the front door. She tells him that Buffy's upstairs packing a bag, and Angelus kind of flirts with Joyce when he's like, "Ooh, Bish got her hair did." And she's like, "Mhm." Faith tells Buffy that they have the books at the mansion and they all head off together. And I love the kind of weird, awkward chemistry in that bedroom. We see that Buffy is supportive of the United Kingdom. She's wearing her blingy
Brexit.
Yeah.
top.
At Brexit.
Yeah, she's a Brexiteer. She's pro Brexit. And when they get to the mansion, Angel is like, "Well, there's a slight change in plans, Buff."
Buff.
And that tips Buff off to the fact that something is wrong. And as she calls him out, he turns around in vamp face, saying he hasn't felt this good in a long time. Except for 2 minutes ago when he's got his skull fucked Sander. So, Buffy tells him that she will kill him before she lets him touch her. And then tells Faith, we gotta go because he's a big fucking mad vampire now. And Faith's like, sorry, I'm a traitor chick. And Angel knocks Buffy out, delivering the line, she looks so cute when she sleeps, which is a great wee callback to season 2 when he always used to watch her sleeping and draw pictures of her.
He did it one time.
No, he always used to watch her sleep.
No, he did it one time.
Yeah, Leia, obviously we know that we only saw
Yeah,
him do
you
it
call
that
yourself
one
a
time.
super fan? Yeah, come on.
No, but we do know that like one episode doesn't equal one day. So he obviously was doing it
I
loads
disagree.
all the time.
It's just
You
one
don't think
episode.
You think because we saw one episode of him standing outside her bedroom that all he did was do it that once? I feel like you have never went out
Well,
with an actual psycho.
I'm I'm talking about Passion, where he like leaves her a drawing on her thing.
Oh
You
yeah,
think
but I'm
I'm
talking about watching her sleep. He obviously that's a thing that he used to love doing.
I
'Cause
think
he
you're confusing
also
Twilight with Buffy.
Yeah,
no,
I don't
because
think that happened on
no,
this show.
he also comes into her room at the start of season 2, and she wakes up and he's there. So that
But
implies
she's
that he's
not
been watching her
sleeping.
sleep. Well,
No.
she is because she wakes up from a nightmare whenever she rips the Giles' face off the master.
The only other time where he's explicitly watching her sleep is actually in the prom later on this season.
See, if someone wakes up from a nightmare to turn around and see you standing there, does that not imply that that person's been standing there watching you sleep?
I think he was coming to be like, hey, Buffy, I have to talk to you. Wake up,
I'll
bitch.
I'll stand here, wait for you to wake up from that nightmare by yourself.
Yeah,
Get a grip.
I
Get
do
a
have
grip.
many grips. I've got angel
Ugh.
grip. Like,
Ugh. That's disgusting. I'm gonna have to cut that out.
Never. I'm Lebanese.
Oh, that's right. So that's how you got a grip? Lip grip?
Yeah.
Tony.
Anyway.
Tony.
Don't make me
Anyway.
Anthony William Webster you, but Anthony William Webster.
Lip grip is not that bad. Also, she's not Lebanese, so it's totally fine. By the way, people did respond when I said, "Oh, if you're in the audience and you don't want me to talk about deep throat, let me know." And they were like, "No, we love it when you talk about deep throat."
Yeah, they want to hear about
Yeah,
it.
you just created loads of profiles and you're going like, yeah, I love it when you talk about that. Say more, please.
No, it was your dad and your sister, and it was you. So it was. Anyway,
Mm.
I love this wee scene. It made me miss Angelus, like the real
Angelus is
Angelus.
so fun. Yeah.
Yeah, he really is so much fun. And David, you're just so good when you play him. And yeah, Buffy's Union Jack top, Protestant bitch, not even the 12th of July.
I thought she's not going to get that reference.
I'm
You're not going to
But
get
the audience
that.
will. I
Well,
don't perform for you guys. I perform for the audience.
We open up in the library to the Scoobs reading books. Is it not the library? Is it the Hall of Records?
No, it's a Hall of Records, but it's basically the other side of the library.
Yeah,
set.
it looks so much like the library. Trying to find it, I totally did not pay attention to that bit. Trying to find more info on the mayor. Oz finds an old photo of Silky Wilkie. I'm really proud of my
Silky
little
Wilkie.
rants in this one.
I love you just laughing at yourself before the joke's even told.
Because we were a week behind.
Yeah,
I had just watched it that day, and now I'm like, anyway,
Silky Wilkie.
Silky Wilkie. And Xander shows up to explain that Angelus is back. He turns to an immediate twat again, where he's like, see, I told you. So it's like any time that Angel, well, we know he's a fucking vampire that has a soul. We know this is always a possibility. Don't assume that he's always going to, after him saying like, why do I always have to fall back into my old mistakes? Why do I have to, I don't know. This is just my take on it. Xander takes great joy. It's the joy that he has in telling Willis that it's his fault. Yeah. Willow seems perturbed that she was wrong, but she wasn't.
Yeah.
Which is, what was I talking about there? Tell me what you think about this scene.
Willow's coat is the first thing I've got. Like, the first thing I noticed about this scene is Willow's coat, because this is her starting to come into like her season 4 style, which I kind of like, minus the dungarees. But like, I don't know if you remember, she had that big, like, mad, like, fluffy thing on her coat, right?
Yes.
Oz has this great line when someone says, well, like father, like son. He says, like exact same guy, like exact same guy,
Yeah.
which I thought was a great Great line. That obviously drops the info to us about the mayor being older than 100, or 100 years old. Well, older than 100 because he was that age 100 years ago. So he's like 130 or something. Anyway.
Mm.
You think he looks 30 years old?
Yeah,
But
I don't know.
150?
It's hard to tell. Xander coming in saying, "I told you so." Yeah, sorry, I was just thinking about that. It's because of my brain when I think about people being old. I still think as being a kid, thinking that someone who's 30 is old. But yeah, 150.
You're 40 this year,
Uh,
bitch.
I know. I'm the same age as the mayor. Xander's kind of spitting facts here. And the only reason why I let him off this time is because he doesn't make it about Buffy. He's concerned for Buffy. He's like, we need to go make sure she's okay. And it's not about, he doesn't blame her.
It's
He's
not
like, well,
jealousy.
yes, that's it. I think it's really from a different place. He's like, I don't like to say I told you so, but I'm going to say I told you so because, but then he attributes it directly to Faith, which I think is good.
No, I think there's definitely jealousy there.
Maybe it's his jealousy because of Faith, because he bucked Faith.
Jealousy? Are you serious?
I
Not
know, I
listening to my
laughed, I
fucking
got it.
puns?
I'm going to be so real. I do not remember this scene whatsoever.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay.
It's not really exposition-y sort of scene. It's just like...
Great.
Yeah.
Well, the podcast is going to really suffer without your input.
Oh, you're such a cheeky bitch. We cut to the mansion and Buffy's been tied up in chains. I was going in my head, I went to Fleetwood Mac chains.
Ooh.
Chains keep us together, hiding in the shadow. Chains. Dum da da dum da da da
Never heard
dum
it.
da 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 da. What?
No.
You don't know that song?
Tina Arena, I'm in chains. I'm in chains.
Nah, Chains by Fleetwood Mac is
so warm like a
tune.
Wow.
Anyway, I love her. She's so good. I'll tag her whenever I put in a clip of her singing.
And then she's gonna like just gonna block you because like another one of those gays trying
She's
to
like,
sing like me.
she's like, this is the 14th time you've tagged me in the last 8 months.
Faith is so smug in this scene, which I thought was very cool. Then there's a kiss between Angel and Faith, and all I've written here verbatim: the kiss with Angel is better than Buffy and Angel's. To be fair,
Not.
we get some dialogue as to why Faith has turned so damn evil, just basically jealousy of Buffy. Faith
Mhm.
asks her if she thinks she's better than her, and Buffy, cold as ice, is like, yeah,
She is, though.
she is though.
Yeah.
Buffy
Yeah,
is
she
ballsy as fuck in this scene. And now,
Yeah.
as I type my notes, I type it
Oh,
in real
because you
time.
don't know yet. I keep forgetting that when you were watching, you didn't know.
Yes, so I'm like,
So
as
you're
I
like, Buffy, damn.
So I'm like, Buffy is so ballsy in this as fuck in this scene, calling Faith the loser and winding her up. And she gets Faith to explain the plan all about graduation day. And then I just put in all caps, holy shit, Angel hasn't turned. Oh my god, I had no idea. Cool,
Hey.
quick fight with Buffy and Faith, with Faith and Buffy at a stalemate. And if Faith escapes at the end of it, I blew my load at this point. I was like, they nailed this. I was
Yeah.
like, this was so well done. I had no fucking idea. And I'll talk about it later on when we get to the later on scenes, but I was like, she wasn't even in the chains at all. And like,
Mhm.
this scene was
The
gorgeous.
second
so
best. When he's like second best and it's the slow-mo and she turns around and she's like,
yeah, they do a slow-mo, that's
you
right.
played me! You played me!
They do the same music beat, which is the really low piano key, that happened in a couple of episodes ago, whenever Faith pretended that she told Giles that it was Buffy.
Oh,
And they do the same
interesting.
piano key, so it's like because I remember saying at that point, it's like, oh, they do this again, and even though it's a really simple thing, it just is like so foreboding and so evil. I love it.
Yeah.
I'm so sick of hearing Faith talk about her shitty childhood. I'm just glad that she's finally on the dark side now, because so many times in this episode she's like, no, my mom didn't love me, or all I wanted was a dog, but my parents didn't love me, and blah blah blah. I'm like, fuck up. Faith telling Buffy that she's jealous. Faith really thought she did her big one here, and that's why I just
Yeah.
love that I just love that, like, when Buffy says, I am better than you, always have been, and I'm like,
It's the truth.
clock that tea, Hanny. And especially the way that Buffy talks to her when Faith is like, well, if you haven't noticed, I'm the one with Angel, and Buffy's like, and how'd you get him, Faith? magic. Because we
Mm.
both know Angel wouldn't touch you if he had a bag of dicks.
Hey.
Hey, the
A
fawns
bag
over
of
here.
So
Hey.
so good. And it's like I didn't know you had this much like hatred in you. What can I say? Like world's best actor and it's second best, and then
Second best. Wow. Yeah,
and
this is
just
like
when she's like when Buffy's like, "Can I say something?" Psych.
Psych.
I'm like,
Oh my God.
oh.
That was very good.
Like I get that feeling when I watch it. Like every time, I'm just like, you know, when you
Yeah.
react. I do you react like that to TV, David, with certain things. Like I
Like
would be a very
anticipation of like the twist or the turn on something. Well, yeah, literally when I watched this is literally my reaction. I out loud went, "Oh my god! Oh my god, that was fucking amazing." I had no idea. I had no idea. Whenever you get that, and the whole when they have been playing her the whole time, and she thinks she's been playing them, I'm just like,
yeah.
this was fucking brilliant. I was just so. That's why I didn't really write much about anything
Yeah.
at the end of that scene, because I was just so. I was just watching it. I was just like this, and that's my favorite bit. Sometimes that I end up not writing as much because I get
'Cause you
really
get sucked into it.
into the episode. I could rewind back and do the thing, but I'm just like, I like to be true to my, because I am the first
First time
reactor.
watcher.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's like I'm trying
Yeah.
to give that. That's why I do not. That's why I give Tony
You're the Wesley because you're a first time watcher, and I'm Giles because I'm an experienced little slut.
Ooh.
And you'd have to rip her apart. Wait, him? Anyway.
Yeah, I'll rip apart. Anyway, so but like Buffy has so many great. I love that she's just being so full on antagonistic to Faith here.
Yeah.
Knowing that Faith is psychotic and could do something to her. Obviously, she's got the protection of knowing that she's not really chained up. But Faith could have went psycho and slit her throat. But I love that even Buffy says to her like, "You had to tie me up to beat me." There's a word for people like you.
Loser. Oh my God, the
Yeah.
way she says
It's just-
loser. Oh my God.
She does the Britney Spears L
I
tongue.
literally grew up saying
Loser.
loser like that because of Buffy Summers.
Loser.
Loser.
And that makes you.
Loser.
That's right.
Loser.
Imagine if Buffy had been like, loser. Oh fuck, I'm meant to be tied up. Oh my god.
It was very
but
good.
she's just so brilliant because even when Faith, oh well, David won't know this yet, but Faith says to Buffy, "Stick around," and
Yeah.
Buffy says, "For what? Your boss's lame Ascension? Like I couldn't stop it." I just love the way she says that because it's so very like like in Legally Blonde when Elwood
Yeah,
gets
yeah,
into
like, it's
Harvard and she's
hard.
like, "What? Like it's hard?" Yeah.
It's so good.
I'm really looking forward to the rest of the season. This happened to me in season 2, didn't it? I ended up like just watching like 5 episodes because I just was watching it.
That's my problem with watching it. I can't rewatch it too much before the episode, or I will keep watching it. That's why I have to.
Yeah,
keep,
you end up like watching all season 4 or something, didn't you, recently?
Yeah, I like the reveal here that the mayor built Sunnydale specifically on the Hellmouth for demons to come and feed.
Yeah. That's some nice lore.
See, this is my favorite thing there is like, isn't necessarily the love story stuff, isn't necessarily it's the lore. I
Yeah.
love the
Yeah,
vampiric.
That's what's so great about these shows. Like,
yes.
it's the world building in this universe is so fucking good.
Yeah,
And
agreed.
there's obviously like continuity things that sometimes don't make sense, but like it's
Mhm.
otherwise like generally it's so good that like it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, I agree. And I actually just appreciate like, yeah, I just appreciate that they do give you like really good explanations for things and like use like, I just think it's great. So we cut to the library where we find out that the shaman was on the side. I've called him the shaman because he looks like a shaman. I always think of do you know the Charmin? The
Yeah.
Shaman.
It's like a loo
Charmin
roll.
Ultrasound?
Yes.
Yeah, they have it in America.
Oh, is that in,
Yeah,
Charm-
the
it's
toilet
not in
paper?
America? Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
in the UK,
Yeah.
the advert was this weird thing where it goes shaman.
Shaman.
It was so weird, but I just kept thinking of when I see shaman. Anyway,
Shaman.
we find out that the shaman owes Giles for a debt, and he says that the debt has been paid in full.
Yeah.
And then the dude disappears, and I just wrote, I fucking love that guy so much. I hope he reappears
Yeah.
again at some point, which probably never
Do
does.
not calling me again.
His voice is amazing. I
It's
forget
sure.
that you could do big.
It's sure. She's like, don't call me again, Giles.
And then we found out that the debt is Giles introducing the shaman to his wife, which I was
So
like,
cute.
Wimple informs them that he is
Wimple.
touting on them to the council, and Giles is like, well, you probably should.
We've got a rogue slayer on our hands. I can't think of anything more dangerous.
Thank you. And Buffy looks huffy still.
Yeah.
Yeah, poor Buff.
Anything in this?
Yeah, a couple of things. I just love that wee twist of like Giles introducing the demon to his wife. It made me be like, I want to know. These are the stories I want to know. Like, I want to see a series. Maybe we'll get there after the continuation if there's a renewed interest in the IP. Like a young Giles in his Ripper days, like doing
I've
all of these
always
like
wanted
fun
that
in the 70s or 80s, doing
book.
all this like fun adventures, demon stuff, and how he met that demons and all that kind of stuff. I just think that would be so cool. What you're saying about Buffy still kind of looking huffy there is like, I like that this is one of the first times that we actually get to see her unresolved trauma or like PTSD that Buffy has from Angelus. And I think this was a really clever way to bring this up because it's not something that Buffy ran away, so we never got to see her
Deal with the
process
grief
or
and the trauma.
deal with it. Yeah, we saw the consequences of her actions from running away, but she's never really had to outwardly deal with the fact of like the PTSD of like what Angel actually, the havoc he wreaked on her life. And I thought this was a nice little twist to that. But I love that demon's voice. Just like, do not call on me again, Ripper. Don't call me again. Oh.
We cut to the mayor jovially saying, you win some, you lose some. Again, never breaking like that politician way of like, what's next, what's next, what's next.
Positivity.
Yep. And the mayor reminds Faith that he is the only person that she needs and he will destroy them when the Ascension comes. And the mayor tries to cheer her up with miniature golf. And I just wrote, God,
Yeah.
I love the mayor. He got a smile from Faith, which I
Yeah.
thought was very sweet. And then we cut to the mansion. And it's a bit awkward with Huffy, Buffy and Angel. And Buffy just basically is like, I need a little bit of a break from me for a while, as it was just too tough to see. And I'm like, yeah, that's your boyfriend just snogging the bitch of a lifetime.
Way better than he kisses you.
Like, of course that would be a bit, even like, not even like the PTSD of it. I'm just like simply the what's happening right now is you were able to do that a little bit too well, if you ask me, Angel. And Angel says, you still my girl, and Buffy steals a Harry Potter line.
Always.
And then you hear a little tinkle of the Angel and Buffy theme.
Yeah.
And then we fade to black.
Wow.
Anything to say there, Leia?
Yeah, I mean, just kind of what Tony was saying about how I don't want to like spoil anything for you either, though. Okay, so
It's okay. You can tell me. It's fine.
No, so I just like this episode could have, I think, led into some really great like way for us to see more of like Buffy and Angel. I don't know, kind of like facing what happened last season. I think they kind of dropped the ball on it a little bit later on, but I just think it's that last scene is just like so beautiful and it makes so much sense, like you said, because this is her seeing, like, of course she knows he's not Angelus, but he's acting like Angelus and like, you know,
Quite well.
that was like quite well. And he's kissing Faith, who Buffy has like this rivalry with, and it's just a lot. And like, I actually really like the fact that she like comes out and tells him that she needs a break. Like she could have, it's almost like she like listened to what Willow told her before about, you know, just say what you feel.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that she goes up to him and she goes, hey, listen, like that was hard. I need a little bit of space. And I love the fact that he gives it to her. Like he doesn't fight her on it. Like he understands why she needs space. And it's still like established that they love each other. It's just like, this is a really tough situation. And I just love that. I thought that was really like mature of Buffy, even though I feel like some people think like, oh, like she asked him to do it and why is she mad about it? And I'm like, well, I mean, are you watching the fucking show? And also, do you have a heart?
I don't even think
Yeah.
she's mad. She just is a bit like, it was just a bit too close to the bone, a bit too real, and I just need a wee
Yeah.
minute to get over it.
It just brought up, I think, a lot of things that she maybe thought she dealt with that she hadn't dealt with.
Yeah.
And then also having to deal with the fact that she got to see Angel be away with Faith that she doesn't really get to be
Yeah.
because she
Very
has to
good,
be,
Tony Webster.
because she has to actually restrain herself. So it's like looking at Faith and Angelus was looking at like, oh, if I didn't have responsibilities, that's what we could be doing too.
Yeah.
But because I have a moral code
What,
and
kissing better?
responsibilities, kissing better, wriggling on the floor, being evil. But yeah, I love that everyone was betraying everyone in this episode, and it was really like the multi layers of betrayal. I just thought was was just brilliant. It was just done. It's just it's a really great episode. I remember watching this on TV and thinking like this is just a great episode. It's one of my yeah, I always say this about a lot of episodes. It is one of my favorites in terms of like I can put it on and it's exciting to watch every time.
For
It's
sure.
never not exciting to watch. You know, I'm never not waiting for it to get to a good point. It's just always it's a really solid, consistent episode, and I feel like from like the rest of the season is
You've
kind
been
of
saying this from
picks
like
Banger
episode
after
4.
banger.
You
Yeah.
got honestly episode 4, like this is it. See, from this point on, it's fucking amazing. After every episode, like
I
from
just
here
feel
on,
like
it's amazing.
season 3 has no skips. Like I just feel like every
Agreed.
single
Except
episode
Amends.
is just. I love Amends. I don't know. I love that episode. I get why somebody wouldn't like it, but I don't know. It's one of my favorites.
Fair.
So
I hate it. No, I'll never watch it again.
I've
my
ruined
But
it for
God.
you.
to be fair, Amends was always a kind of skip-ish one on my Amends and the Zeppo. However, I love the Zeppo this time.
The
I
Zeppo's
love
so
this episode.
fun.
It was so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Zeppo was great.
Because you're the Zeppo of the podcast, Tony.
That's true. Any other thoughts, Leia, on this episode? Floor's yours.
Nothing other
Good.
than this is a great episode. I don't know. Yeah, this is definitely. Thanks for having me on for this one. I know we were gonna maybe do like Earshot, but I'm glad that I came on for this one.
Yeah, I think it made sense especially because of who you are and your podcast, and this is a big
Yeah.
kind of angel thematic episode.
for
And we got
sure.
to tell the audience, like, your inability to tell the difference between a good kiss and a bad kiss is just insane.
Yeah.
I reject that statement. I will not fall for this propaganda. And Buffy and Angel kiss amazingly.
I'll put a poll in the Spotify episode to ask people whose kiss they thought was hotter. But Leia, I asked you to prepare a little rant for us in a segment we like to call "I'll Tell You What It Is."
Here, I'll tell you what it is. Tell me what it is. I'll tell you what it is.
Okay, I'll tell you what it is. The amount of work that they expect you to do nowadays for a minimum wage part-time customer service role. First of all, not only do I have to beat the algorithm to even get an interview in the first place, it then wants to offer me in-depth personality analysis based on how I answered the few questions they asked me also. And then for the actual interview, they want me to sell them on a service that they should be offering. Here's a fucking service you should offer. Real people answering the phones, real people doing the interviews to begin with, not some computer AI robot bitch that's
30
telling me
seconds.
my personality type. All of this jumping through hoops so I can sit at a telephone and try to talk to already broke people into spending more money on a service they don't need. I'll tell you what it is. Why don't you focus on making the service you do have excellent instead of outsourcing for new ideas in your interviews?
Wow. I agree 100%.
Love that.
I'll tell you what it is. Old people who assume they have an entitlement that wrecks my fucking head. So I moved into a new place and I was looking for stuff in this like B&Q's, like a DIY store, and it was packed because it was a Sunday, and that's when old people all seep out of their fucking houses to go and drive
Seep.
too fucking slow on the motorways and get in your way all the time. And I am okay with, like, we're all shopping in the same place, but when I'm in front of the thing looking at the stuff that I want to look at, the paint, and then the old person just does this in front of me and then just starts looking at the paint instead of me, I'm like, I'm so sorry, I was looking at that fucking paint, and then they're just like, oh, and then they act like
30 seconds.
How dare you speak to me like that? Like, I'm old. You should respect your elders. And I'm like, you should be respectful first. Respect earns respect. RESPCT. And I'm like, that's what you mean to me. RESPT, LBGTQ plus.
LGBTQ, I see.
So, and then also, they won't move the fuck out of my way. I'm like a big guy walking through small aisles and I'm like, excuse me, and they don't move. When you ask
10
for
seconds.
someone to excuse you and they don't move, then I'm like, I'm going to have to bowl you over and break a fucking hip, cunt.
Wow.
That was
Wow. That got violent.
good. Yeah.
But I agree.
Yeah, fuck. Does my head in. Fucking.
Old
Anyway.
people are the worst. They really are the worst. Like, they just are.
They
Old
are.
people and babies.
Certain
Yeah.
type of old people. Babies can't help
Yeah.
it.
I would like to actually rant about Spotify and the way that they fucking push podcasts onto your fucking feed. Like, the thing is, like, sometimes I'll want to check out a podcast and I'll go and I'll like listen to a little bit of an episode and I'm like, no, I don't like this podcast and I don't want to listen to it anymore. But now it's like a permanent fucking fixture in my podcast feed. And like, then it starts recommending other podcasts that are of the same thing. And like, I just don't understand why Spotify specifically doesn't have a feature where you can like get rid of podcasts. Like, why does it keep coming up? Why is it taking up room in my feed? Why do I have to see whenever this stupid ass podcast posts a new episode? I don't even listen to this podcast and I think it's shit. And like, I even had to email Spotify the other day and I was like, how do I get rid of this podcast from my feed? And they essentially just told me, too fucking bad. You can't ever get rid of it and go fuck yourself. And I almost considered moving to Apple Music.
And that is it for today's episode. Don't forget to like, follow, and punch that subscribe button or rate us wherever you get your podcasts. But as always, if you're going to rate us, just give us a 5. Don't dick about with 4s and 3s.
Yeah.
Unless you actually really do fucking hate it. But then why are you listening? Why have you even watched this far into
Stop
the episode
listening.
if you don't actually fucking like it? Get a fucking life. I mean,
Yeah.
except the
Period.
ones that
Loser.
listen. Thank you so much.
Loser.
We love you.
Loser.
Loser. And a massive thank you to our big buffsters, Kirsty McCauley,
Jojo.
Leia, that's you,
Oh, you need to get a life. Major Sledge.
Vicky Stedman,
Gary Crossan. Oh, Gary.
love Big Gary,
Big Gaz.
Becoming Buffy,
Jay Manchant.
Jenna McGonagall,
Amanda Grace.
Amanda Goldthorpe,
Suzanne L.
Colin Coyle,
And my wee niece, Ellie McGregor.
Ellie McGregor.
Ellie McGreg's.
Ellie McGreg's. If you want to shout out and to join our big Buffsters tier, then head on over to our Patreon where you can access exclusive content, early access to episodes depending on how ahead we are, interviews and everything else for less than a price of a coffee. And if you want to hear me rant about the price of a coffee, head on over there too. We have a whole episode about that. And a massive thank you to Leia for joining us today. Leia, tell the lovely folks where they can find you and follow you and tell us what you've got coming up.
So you can find us at Investigating Angel Podcast on Instagram, obviously, where you can stream our episodes anywhere you can stream episodes. We're done Angel now, so 5 seasons are out. We'll be diving into Stranger Things. I believe in the spring. We don't have a date just yet, but it's going to be coming soon. So yeah, if you like Stranger Things, if you want to watch it for the first time, join us.
Yeah.
It should be fun.
Yeah.
I've already picked my episodes to guest on. I'm very excited.
Yes. I'm so excited. It's going to be so fun. There's actually like so many people who have already been like, we want to come and talk about Stranger Things. And I'm like, yes, let's do it.
That is the first
That's
time
so
this
good.
whole episode I've heard the Canadian come out there about.
Really?
About.
What you talking about, Terrence?
See, for some terrible meanness that you haven't apologized once, so well done. Sorry.
I'm so
Uh,
sorry.
about
I'm
it.
so sorry.
Sorry
I'm so
about it.
sorry that I haven't said I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
It's so Canadian.
You're
Anyway,
not
brilliant.
sorry
Thank you
about it.
so much, everyone. Shut the
Brilliant.
fuck up, Tony.
Thanks, everyone.
Fuck up, Tony. Would you,
Au
Tony?
revoir.
Fuck up. Brilliant, everyone.
You
Thank
shut
you,
up, you
everyone.
fuck.
Shut the fuck up. You ugly looking. You fucking.
Listen,
Here. What do you
Children.
call?
I'm
I
going to
would
skull fuck your dead corpse.
What do you call the guy? What's the bad guy called
Your
in
dad?
Sonic? No, in Sonic.
Oh, Dr. Robotnik.
If you could next week take your moustache and make it look all crazy, I think you could
I
get
like
away
that
with the
idea.
Dr. Robotnik.
Yeah.
I don't know. I need to go back to. I made a mistake going.
No, I like it.
this low.
Because you look skinny as fuck.
No, I don't.
Anyway,
I'm still
we'll
really
talk about
fat
this
and
later
mean.
on.
Anyway,
Talk
au
his fat
revoir.
bits later on.
Big fat horse.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.